I wish I can explain to you how evil and satanic these music record label companies are in the hip hop industry. On the Jesus and the Hoop Talk podcast, we on the Jesus and the Hoop Talk podcast. Jesus and the Hoop Talk podcast. Jesus and the Hoop Talk, divine power. Yeah, thank you guys for tuning in to Jesus and Hoop Talk podcast. I am your one and only host. You already know, 6'5" Eraserhead. Custom Jones, and I'm glad you guys is tuning in. Yo, I ain't even gonna lie. As I was doing this, I happened to look up and I happened to see a pencil right there in front of me, and I was like, "Oh, Eraserhead." Man, let's jump right into it. So how many times have we seen this story? And everybody has seen this story, and we still see this story today. We got a person in the neighborhood. He's making a couple songs, and people know who he is. He hasn't made big time or mainstream type money yet because he's still local. Now, he hasn't discussed anything with the industry. So time moves forward. He makes about one hit. His name get out there. He makes about 2 hits. And now the record label companies now you got their attention. Because if you make 2 hits back to back, and now you got their attention, now they want to see how they can make money with you. But let me tell you how evil these companies are. These people, I'm telling you, yo, you think I'm playing? These people are so sick and evil. So let me tell you how it goes. So basically what it goes that you get a contract. And once you get a contract, most people go, I wouldn't sign the contract. Okay, you can do it independent. But do you know how hard it is doing it independent? Because that means everything is based on you. So you sign which is, some people can do it. If you can do it, no problem. Hey, no arguments there. Come on now, custom. So you go in with these record label companies and they tell you, hey, yo, we'll give you X amount of millions of dollars if you could produce 4 albums for us within the next 5 years, something like that, with a $300,000 upfront bonus. And when you start hearing all these numbers and all these cha-ching, 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 you know, you man, come on, somebody. Everybody knows when you have some money in your pocket. Oh man. At times, I know as strange as it may sound, but hey, money can do that to your heart. And if you get enough of it, it can change who you are. Oh, so he talks to these record label companies, and now he agrees to sign the contract. Now, mind you, for the first 6 months, maybe 3 to 6 months, his 2 hits is still jamming. So he just got $300,000 plus X amount of millions of dollars to just create 3 or 4 more albums. Now this is what they don't tell you. Oh, these people are so evil. Jesus Christ. This is what they don't tell you, is that out of that money that they're giving you, it's going to come out of your budget. That is your budget for the next 4 or 5 years. So that means you can't just go start spending and buying Lambos and Rolls Royces and Cuban links and all this crazy stuff. You can't just go buy that, because what happened is that if you ain't produced nothing, you get used to spending the money. And now you about to get ready for your first studio album. And when you get ready for your first studio album, somebody come on now, they charge you for everything. Executive producer, they charging you. Studio time, they charging you. Advertising and marketing, they charging you. Radio play, they charging you. Everything you do with them, they is going to charge you. And we ain't talking about no little pennies and pennies. We ain't talking about pennies and nickels. You hear me? We talking about dollar bills. Come on. Ho, ho. But this is what gets me. You sign it and then your heart gets infected with all this money. So now you produce an album. It goes well. It goes gold or platinum or wherever the case may be. You're doing pretty good. You're still spending some money. You still okay, no problem. Now, before you go actually release the album, the record label has to hear the album itself. And they are the determiners if the album is allowed to be released to the public. And I know it from an artist standpoint, I know you just want to sit there and be like, I'm the one doing this. I'm the one. It's me. I'm doing all the work. All y'all doing is just collecting the money and distributing it. It's unfair, but that's how it works. After that, after they release your first album, your first album, my bad. And in the midst of all of this, they're not going to introduce you to all the satanic stuff that they're doing. No. You are a cash cow to them. Why would they want to scare their cash cow away? They don't want to scare you away. No. They got to introduce you to the lifestyle. And once you get used to the lifestyle, then your heart gets connected to this type of stuff. And then they hit you with something like this. You come up with your second album, right? And now the record, and it doesn't go so hot. It does good, but it doesn't go so hot. You can tell that it's on the down. It's on the downfall. And now the record label company is looking at you to be like, hey, you still got 2 more albums that you got to fulfill to the contract within the next 2 to 4 years. And now you're in a sense of survival almost. Because you got to think about the lifestyle that you're living right now. You already released your first album. You released your second album. You got thousands of followers on social media everywhere. You're famous. You're doing interviews, etc. And now you get to your third album. And now this is where writers. Did you hear what I just? Let me try to clear that up again. This is where writer's block comes in. Is that you've been producing music so long, and is that sometimes you just can't come up with nothing. And most artists don't want to actually admit that. I guarantee people be sitting in the studio, just sitting there looking around, looking at their phones and social media, trying to come up with another hit song to stay relevant or to get paid. But they don't hit you with the satanic stuff yet. This is where they hit you with the satanic stuff. Is that, remember, you already been in business with them. You already did 2 albums for them. You still got 2 more albums. Your third album didn't do so well. And now this is where you see a whole lot of hip hop artists, entertainers, sports players, movie actors. It's all the same game. It's the fact that they're doing something. And now, mind you, they have to do something to stay relevant. This is why you see people shaving their heads, doing TikTok videos, running up in malls and stealing stuff. They doing all this for likes and views just to stay relevant until their next album. I know it's as strange as it may seem, but that's how it works. And in the meantime, while you're working on your third album or whatnot, you're still doing shows. And then Satan comes up and hits you with this. Uh-oh. Yeah. And mind you, you've been living this lifestyle for so long. Satan says, look here, you ain't filled that third album up yet. But, if you can, put on a dress, sacrifice yourself, sacrifice somebody you love, I guarantee we can get that third and fourth album, and we can get you another 2.5 million followers. And you could be on Sprite commercials and all. And now you're thinking in your head, oh, just by the fact that he even said some things like that, you should have been on alert. But this is how Satan does it. He says, bring a dead cat to me. Kill a cat and then bring a cat to me. Or a dog, or sacrifice something. And you like, all I gotta do is sacrifice that, and I ain't nothing. Boom. You sacrifice it, do that. And Satan's satisfied for a little bit, but then eventually he comes back and he says, hey, look, we can't go no further until you sacrifice yourself or you sacrifice a family member that you love. All these people that have gotten up to this music record label industry, they know exactly the evil stuff that goes on. People like Jimmy Iovine. Oh my God, these people are so sadistic. And it hurts my heart that you get people, they take the talent. Now, mind you, all these people that are coming from the hood are financially illiterate. They don't understand taxes. They don't understand periods of how to pay things. They don't understand that. All they see is money. And this is what Satan does. He pushes the money in your face. And now that your heart becomes so affected with the popularity, the money, the cars, the clothes, the women, the lifestyle, the drugs, everything, you start to feel that you can't live without it because you've been doing it for so long. And this is the best life. Well, according to them, because, you're driving the best cars, you're eating the best foods, you're doing the best everything because you got the money to do so. That's why. But it in the long run, it's killing you. And Satan doesn't care anything about you. He doesn't want nothing from you just to get your soul to hell. That's it. Because remember, They can't see the spiritual aspect of what's going to happen in the long run. I'm telling you, man, these people, these hip hop record label companies, they do not care. I remember, I wish I could find out. It was somebody that said that they went to the record label company. I wish I could name the artist, but I can't remember right now. I remember he going to the record label company, and the record label company, he didn't want to do like gangster rap music no more. He wanted to try to change his style or appearance or see if he can go to a different genre. And the record label company said, look here, if you don't produce gangster and rap music, we are not going to sign you. End of discussion. If you ain't talking about shooting, killing, murdering, cars, clothes, if you ain't talking about none of that, we don't want to talk to you. And the record labels will come out and tell you this. They ain't hiding no more. I'm telling you, these people is not hiding no more. And they've been doing this ever since the entertainment industry has gotten started. And all these people are slowly. Now, mind you, let's not forget, Fly Soldier of the Island Boys. If you go look on my YouTube, Custom Jones, he even says that you have to sacrifice somebody you love or sacrifice yourself. And he chose to sacrifice himself. And Meg Thee Stallion chose to sacrifice her mom. And all these people are sacrificing other people for the love of money, for the success, the popularity, for all these things that they never had. And Satan puts them on camera and makes them look more beautiful than ever. And now you got 20 and millions of people following these people straight to hell. Oh, man, let me get on. Oh, did you hear that? Man, we on the Jesus and the Hoop Talk podcast. We on the Jesus and the Hoop Talk podcast. Jesus and the Hoop Talk podcast. Jesus and the Hoop Talk, Divine Power, and your boy is signing out, man. I'm out.